Hey everyone, so we're here on Chapter 11, SAM Project 1A. And in this project we're going to be working on workbook collaboration features. So the description here is that Margie Smith runs Blue Ribbon Flowers in New England and creating worksheets to list produce prices and track recent sales. She eventually wants to use these worksheets as part of customer and client presentations, so she's asked some of her employees to provide feedback on the workbooks. She'd like us to help merge and change and manage the changes to the workbook and review the feedback and formatting of the worksheets with eye-catching graphics and hyperlinks. As always, download your Excel file, rename it _2 so that when you upload it you don't have any issues. You can see we got a few files here, a couple of pictures and 2 documents. We have this additional Excel file to go along with the one we've downloaded, okay? So, it says to complete this project you will need the compare and merge workbooks command. To add compare and merge workbooks command to the quick access toolbar, complete the following set of instructions. Okay. So, what it's telling you to do is from our drop down here, we're going to click on more commands. And from this menu, we are going to select all commands. And then we're going to scroll down until we find compare and merge workbooks. I'm going to click add. You can see that I've already added it. Click OK, and then we'll be all set. Now, something that happened to me that I want to show you is that you may not have the right box available to you when you go to actually perform some of these some of the steps that we need to complete. And what ends up happening is that on our review tab, we're supposed to have an accept and reject changes button under a changes box. I did not have that, so I was unable to actually get everything started. So let me walk you through how I got this here. So I went to File and Options, and then I went to my Customize ribbon, and on the Review, main tab for Review, is where I actually added a new group. Okay, so you can see that it says Custom, and it says Custom because I clicked New Group and then renamed it Changes, and then I went over here and went to All Commands and scroll down. It's actually right at the, looks like it's right at the bottom here. And Accept Reject Changes, I clicked on this to highlight it. You can see that I can remove it, and now it's gone. So I'm going to show you again. I need to create a new group so that it shows up in the right area. And I'm going to click Rename. I'm just going to type it Changes. Click OK. And then with that selected, I select here, click Add, and you can see that it puts it right underneath it. And now it's back up on my bar here, and click OK. So now we're set to actually start. All right. So what's going to happen here is we're going to actually merge a few workbooks. So it says merge the changes made in support _ch notes with or into the workbook we have open. Okay. To do that, once we got our little compare and merge tool that we added in the first step, we're going to click on that. It says it's going to save it. Yes, we want to continue. And now what we want to do is go find our other worksheet. Now what's important is that both of the worksheets need to be in the same folder. Okay? You can't have them in separate folders and pull. They need to be in the same folder when you do this. Okay? So we're going to add this, so I'm just going to click on it and click OK, and it's working. You can see that there's a little button here that says Unshare, which means that the workbook is shared. Now it says for steps 2 through 10, you will accept or reject changes in the workbook as described below. It says switch to the price worksheet. So let's go to the price worksheet. Now it says, using the select changes to accept or reject dialog box, which is this button that we added, or you may already have, review all changes in the range A1 to D13, confirm that you select the changes, accept, reject dialog boxes with the ones shown in figure 1, okay, before proceeding on the price sheet. So we're going to click on accept, reject changes, and we get our dialog box. So it tells us to select where, and we have A1, which is great, and then we're going to put a colon, and it will be D13. Okay, so now we have it accepting exactly as I said, so it's just that range. Click OK, and what it does is it moves us on to the first change in the list. Right here it says B6, we're in cell B6, it's highlighted, and it says that Abe, at this time and date, changed this from seasonal mix small to seasonal mix dash small. We want to determine, it says we're going to accept this change. So right here, I'm just going to click accept. Now we're on to number 2, which is here. Accept the change to B7. Okay. Now it says we're in D10, and it says reject the change. So you can see changed from 55 to 65. We're going to reject that. So you notice that it moved from 65 to 55. We're on to D12. It says reject D12. Now we're on D6. It says accept D6. We're in D8. We're going to accept D8. We're on B11. It says we're going to accept. We're on B12. We're going to accept. And then on the price, reject the change in C12. There we go. So you can see, like in this last one, it went from $50 to $55 because we're rejecting the change. Now it says we're on number 10. The second part says turn off sharing of the workbook. So to do that, we just click on this button right here, unshare workbook. Now the two books are not linked. What we've done is taken the edits from the other sheet, moved them here, and then use the process to determine whether we want to keep them or not keep them. And as the person running the business or finalizing this or working on the numbers, we want to say, no, we like these changes but don't like others, and then just work them in that way, okay? So let's move on to step 11 here. It says go to cell B3 and edit the comment in the cell to read. I'm going to copy this. It doesn't appear that there's a period, so we'll have to add the period. It says go to cell B3 and edit the comment in the cell to read prices do not include state and local taxes. Remove any other text that appears. So we can see that there's a little red arrow in this cell, okay? And when we click on the cell or hover over it, we get our comment. Now on the review tab, you can see that we have edit, delete, previous, next. We can add them. We can click show all comments, and we can hide them all. So in this case, it's telling us we want to edit the comment. So I can click over here. I can't click on it. I have to come up here and click edit. I can right click and check edit. Either one works. Okay. So if you're not on the review tab and you want to do that, you just right click and choose edit. And I'm just going to keep their period and paste that so that it says exactly what they're asking. In order to get out of that, I just click anywhere else. Now you can see that it's been changed to reflect what they're asking us to do in step 11. So let's move on to number 12, step 12. Go to D5 and add the following comment. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, so copy. D5. So same day delivery. We are now going to add a comment. And again, we can click on new comment. We can right click and insert comment. Either one works. So we'll click here. It says we're going to delete any other text, including our name, and then format the comment. So let me just put the comment in. Okay, now it's in bold. because I copied it here, it was bold. But it says that bold italic red. So I'm going to highlight everything and right click on there. And there's a little box here that says Format Comments. I'm going to click that. So now it says I can do bold italic, and then the color is going to be red. And it says first column, third row. Click red. All right. Click OK. So now we see that our comment is orders must be received 3 hours prior to store cloning, and it's bold italic red. You see that it's stuck out, so just unclick that. Now whenever somebody hovers over, they get their comment. Okay, step 13, using WordArt. Add a watermark to the price sheet worksheet as described below. Okay, so in order to add a watermark, we got to go to our Insert tab and over to Text. Now, this might already be open for you if your window is completely open. And we're going to click on WordArt, and it says we're using fill, light blue, background to inner shadow. So let's look for blue with an inner shadow. And this is going to be probably it. Yep. So we're going to select that, and it says that it's going to say draft pricing. And reposition top left corner in B6. So we'll stick it here. This way it doesn't really interfere. And it says set the transparency to 75%. Okay, so easiest way to do that is to highlight the text. You can right click, format text effects, and is it text fill? Yes. So under text fill, in your first option, I'm just going to put 75%. Okay, and you can see that it's dulled it. I'll X out of this. And there we go, 75%. Now if you want to check and make sure this is correct, I can just scroll down. Yeah, so that looks correct. All right. So we're on to step 14. It says modify the hyperlink cell style so that the style uses a font color of dark blue, text 2, fourth column, first row, in the theme palette, and a fill color of lime accent 1, lighter 40%, fifth column, fourth row. Remember to modify the hyperlink cell style. So, in order to modify the hyperlink cell style, we need to come into our cell style. We see that under data and model we have hyperlink. I'm going to right click and there's a modify button. Okay, so I am going to click on the format button, and it says that we are going to font color of dark blue, text 2. So fourth column, first row, so it's dark blue, text 2. So we're going to click that. And then it said the fill color is lime accent 1, fifth column, fourth row. So fill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. It's not giving me any wording, but that's 4 down, so it should be correct. It looks correct with the rest of this. I'm going to click OK and click OK again. All right, so we're all set. We've taken care of the hyperlink cell style. It's been edited. Now it says add a hyperlinked email address to cell C14. So I'm going to click on C14, go to my Insert tab, and under Links we have this button here, Add a Hyperlink. So this is going to be an email address, and you can see we're on web page right now, so I'm going to go to email address. And it says text to display, delivery@brf.com. Email address is going to be mail to. You can see actually it's right here. So that's recently used because I have used this document in another time, so it must still be there. And then it says I'm going to add a screen tip, which is right up next to this screen tip, and then put in my screen tip and click OK. And there we go. So we've added it in, all right? Now if I hover over it, it says tap to click, which is what a screen tip is. Now it says turn the text in D16 into a hyperlink to a website using the following options. So this is D16. We're just going to click on our link again, which is going to open up the information about this. And we're going to go to existing web page. You can see that we've got text to display is correct. The address is this, so I'm going to select this and type and place it here. And then I'm going to copy this because it's saying that we need a screen tip. Click OK. And OK. So now we've directed this to a web page instead of an email address. All right. So step 17 says format the background of the price sheet by turning off the grid lines and then changing the background image of the worksheet to one of our pictures. So in order to do that, we're going to go to View, and we've got a button right here that says Grid Lines, and what it's going to do is get rid of these little lines here. Okay, so now it's a blank canvas. And then to add a background picture, we go to Page Layout, and there's a button in our page setup that says Background. And we're going to select a file, and we're going to go find our Chapter 11 information, and we're going to use the flower picture, and there we go. Now it says go to the deliveries worksheet and insert the picture, which is the bouquet, into the worksheet, resize and reposition in cell B1, approximate location. Okay, so to do that, I'm just going to click here, go to my Insert tab, and we got a button right here that says Pictures. And because we just selected this, it's going to bring us right to the folder we just used. So I'm going to click this and click Insert. Then it says we need to resize it, so it looks like I can just grab it and make it about this big, and then it looks like it's kind of centered under the B. And maybe it's a little smaller. So we'll leave it here. It looks like it's kind of ending at the 1, so I think that's okay. Now it says insert a sun shape located in the basic shape area of the shapes gallery into the worksheet. So we're going to go to Insert, and we have a little shape button here under illustrations, okay? And we need to find the sun, basic shapes, sun, click OK. Now it gives me this little cross, which means I can plunk it down, just click, and it's going to give me the shape. And it says reshape it. Let's take care of change the fill color to yellow. So I'm just going to click on this. You can see that I've got a format button up here. So I'm going to go to shape fill. It's telling me it's going to be yellow. And then it says remove the shape outline. So we have a shape outline. Right now it's outlined in green. We're just going to click no. And it looks like it's a little smaller. And it's under F. So there we go. Good enough. Now it says select the cell ranges C5 to E11. So let me grab those, C5 to E11. And using the quick analysis tool, add a column spark line to the worksheet. So we know that all we need to do is hover over and we get our quick analysis. We get a spark line, and it says a column spark line. There we go. And it appears in the range F5 to F11. Great. Now it says in the clustered column chart right here, with the title Bouquet Deliveries 2016-18, add an offset center shadow effect in the outer section of the shadow presets dialog box to the plot area of the chart. So what we need to do is click in here until we get this, which is the plot area. All right. This is the whole sheet. If I click here, it's the plot, and we can tell because it shows us what we've selected. And I'm going to right click in here and come down and click Format Plot Area, or I can click this. All right, but it's easier to just click the Format Plot Area because you get your side. Let me close that. You just click on it again. And now it says we are going to add a shadow effect. So we've got fill and border. So let's click on this. So we click on our next little option here, and we got shadow. And it's got a preset, but it's showing me that's a shadow preset. And it looks like it is going to be offset center. So we know it's going to be center, outer. So we're in the outer section, offset center. And click that, and you can see that it brings this out. Now it says add a legend to the clustered column chart in the right position. So we just click on our chart, and we're going to come up to our design tools for the chart, and we're going to come to our chart elements. This is how we add our axis titles and stuff like that. And we'll just go to legend and click right, and we get our legend right here. It says 2016 is green, this is light blue, this is dark blue. Now it says edit the hyperlink in cell E31. So let me come down here. So if you hover over and it gives you this and you click on it, it's going to go there. You can click on the cell next to it and use the left arrow key. It's going to get you onto that cell. Updating the web address associated with the hyperlink. So to do that, again, we have to go to Insert. Having selected the cell, click on the link. It shows us what, it's got a web page, current folder, and it says cengage.blueribbonflowers. So it looks like this needs to be financial. Okay, so we add that on the back and click OK. Now it says delete the comment. So you can right click, delete comment, and then keeps you on the same page or the same ribbon, or you can go to review and click delete comment, and your comment is gone. And we are done. Thank you very much, and I hope you guys had a wonderful class. Thank you very much for following along. I hope you have a great week.